What's up everybody, Ali Drafter back with a brand new video. Today I want to talk about whether if you're becoming debt-free, will it really help in your financial situation, and will it help you become more wealthy, and will it help you long-term with your personal credit? These are some of the most popular questions I get, and I want to address this today in this video so that you can get best answer. In addition to that, you'll get some thought-provoking ideas of what to do. What are some of the strategies that you can deploy, and how to understand being debt-free in a way on an entrepreneurial mindset. See, a lot of people think on a consumer mindset and say, look, I don't have to carry debt because it's going to help me put money away, but not necessarily strategize on how to have a little bit of debt while being able to leverage that and scale your growth through opportunistic financing, which I'm going to deeply explain in this video. So for that reason, stay until the very end to get the most benefit. And with that said, let's get you started. First, if you haven't subscribed yet and you're new on this channel and you've been following me for a while, consider subscribing and turning the notifications on to all. So every time there's videos like these, you'll be the first to know. Second thing to know is that don't forget to hit that like button, because every time you guys do that, it'll help me out because it'll push and let YouTube know that you guys are enjoying this content. And hopefully for those who are looking for this type of material, they'll get access to the same material. As you guys discovered me through some recommended videos and so on and so forth, so can others. If you hit that like button for me, it'll deeply help me out. Okay, so with that said, let's get you started on this topic. Okay, so does saving money and becoming debt-free really help? And the real topic is, does becoming debt-free help you advance in your financial journey, becoming more wealthy, having a lot more access to capital and resources in the future? And the reality is it's a twofold answer. The first is, if you're thinking on a consumer level, where your goal is to optimize your savings account and try to save as much money as possible, then for sure it's a good idea. Because why? Because you won't have the debt to carry over, you won't have to worry about monthly payments, and you won't have to worry about whether or not you're going to have an access to capital resources in the future in case you want to invest it into something meaningful that you want to access. But on the other side, there's twofold answer on the second fold here is, if you're thinking on an entrepreneurial mindset, which is, look, I need credit all the time, I'll need to leverage my credit, I'll need to leverage the credit in order to get into investing, or some resources that'll help you basically build a lot more wealth, such as apartment investing, such as real estate transactions, business acquisitions, and so on and so forth. Having a little bit of debt is not a bad idea. Why? Why do I say that? Well, first, let me address that. Having a little bit of debt, if you're carrying it small balances at a time, will help you exercise those credit muscles. A lot of people don't realize this, but just because you pay off your credit card debt doesn't mean that the creditor is going to have incentive to give you more limits. In fact, it's scarier for them because now they're not getting the interest income that they would typically earn from a person who's actually carrying a lot of debt. Now, of course, your goal is not to carry a lot of debt, it's to carry a minimum amount, but you want to continuously exercise those credit muscles. By doing so, what's going to happen is, with a creditor, you can always go back in the future and ask them, hey, look, I've been investing with you guys, I've been spending with your credit card, so on and so forth, and I've stacked up a lot of experience with you guys, and of course the relationship here. So I'm going to ask you guys to go ahead and trust in me to give me a little bit more. And what happens is, when you increase the utilization, right, which is 30% of your credit score, which is a good percentage of your credit score, it's the second biggest factor. What happens is there's less of an argument with you and the creditor. The creditor is more willing and open to give you that extension because you've been working those credit muscles. You've been borrowing small sums at a time and then paying them off on a regular basis, not necessarily all up front, but having a trend on a payoff basis. So that will really help you tap into future credit limits that potentially will increase your credit score, which is number one. And number two, it'll help you save long term, right? So if you look at the counterbalance here is, okay, let's assume you paid off your debts, but now you go to apply for something, and let's assume it's a mortgage, and you get a certain rate. Now, your score may not be as high as a person who's regularly exercising their credit muscles and having gradual increases on their credit limits year by year. Why is that? Well, it's because their limits are a lot higher. Their monthly payment history is being recorded on time. And the FICO 10T, which is the trends model, analyzes 24-month payment history. If you have no payment history to analyze, just because your balances are low, the influence on scoring factor is not going to be as significant. So that's something I want to clear up with you guys. So does being debt-free really help? Well, it depends. Like I said, always go back to the first answer, and that's like, if you're thinking on a consumer level where you just want to save a little bit of money and you want to have access to capital resources in the future, it may not be a bad idea. But if you're thinking on an entrepreneurial mindset and you're like, hey, Ali, I want to become an investor in the future, I want to do a lot of investing, I want to get into real estate, I want to do business acquisitions, I want to grow my wealth, I want to be aggressive when it comes to growing my wealth. And post-pandemic, a lot of people are going to lose their homes, a lot of people are going to lose their businesses. So having access to resources, not just cash, but also credit, is a critical component to the way you can play with the wealth that you can create, to the way you can get creative when it comes to financing some of the deals that you want to get access to. So this is why being debt-free doesn't necessarily help if you're trying to, exponentially grow your wealth to the point where you can actually create a lot more, fortunes for yourself as you learn to financially engineer the credit system as well as your capital system and combine them together to get the maximum leverage. But on a customer level, where your just goal is to save money, is to put away, all the debt that you can possibly imagine, and then basically instead of paying the credit card bills, you're putting towards a savings plan, then perhaps it would make sense. But keep in mind, leverage is the best friend you'll ever have. And when you combine leverage with compound growth, you can always create some pretty powerful results. And that is a saying even by Albert Einstein. So I want you guys to really think about that. So my answer for you guys is being debt-free, the solution or the answer. That always depends on what you're looking to get done. What is your personal financial goals? What exactly do you guys want to achieve and how you want to achieve it? So I hope that answer gave you guys a little bit more clarity on what you need to do and how you can leverage the system to optimize your future when it comes to establishing wealth, building credit, and becoming financially free, whatever that financial freedom may mean to you. So once again, if you guys enjoyed this video, I just wanted to give you guys my opinion on becoming debt-free and what it means to me and why I believe it's better to think on the entrepreneurial mindset and an established and building more wealth mindset. And this way, what's going to happen is you can at least have control over how you do things. So with that said, give this video a thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. If you haven't subscribed yet and you're still on my channel, you've been following my content for a while, consider subscribing and turning the notifications on to all. It'll definitely help out reach more individuals out there. And of course, every time videos are released, you'll be the first to know. And with that said, what do you guys think about being debt-free? Let me hand it over to you. Do you think it's a good idea? What are your personal experiences of being debt-free? If you've reached that already, and if you know individuals who are debt-free, do you believe they're happier? If so, let me know in the comment section of this video. Leave a comment below, and let's have a discussion and potentially discuss on some of the strategies that we can work on together. With that said, this is your guide and mentor, Ali Taraftar. Definitely catch you guys on the next one. Bye for now.